There's been 100 billion humans on Earth so far, give or take. If ghosts were real, they'd be everywhere. Even if only a very tiny fraction of people become ghosts, there would still be enough for people to notice, beyond the shadow of a doubt.
When you age to 113 years old, you're a teenager again.
We're living through the most consequential time in world history since the 1960s.
Coffee at room temperature is cold. Beer at room temperature is warm.
Self-driving cars can in the future drive you to prison the minute there's a warrant for your arrest.
If smart glasses become the norm, children will be bullied in the future if they don't wear glasses.
It's more common and socially acceptable to pursue a stranger romantically rather than platonically.
A civilization which manages to not require money will not know planned obsolescence. Everything that it will produce to last for as long as physically possible.
In horror movies, we get annoyed at the dumb decisions people make. Yet when we play a horror game, we make the dumb decisions.
If the ocean is responsible for every other breath we take, we'll never be certain when to thank it.
With a good summer, you have typical weather for the season, but with a good winter, the weather is atypical.
The laugh tracks in comedy shows are usually of the deceased, meaning it could be one of your long-past relatives. Also, it may be you or someone you know someday.
We obsess about most aspects of aging, but not our voices aging.
The security guard in FNAF could just leave the building after clocking in. There's no managers or anyone to check if they're in the building or not. It's not like the guard would be guarding anything, since the animatronics would take out anybody who'd break in. Easy job for a ton of money.
When you say something is close to 90%, it usually means it's something above 87.5%, but if you say something is close to 91%, it usually means it's something above 90.5%.
The Irish are to the Italians in the same way that the Russians are to the Greeks.
Nobody can make a tutorial on how to use a tutorial.
Considering false memories, we have never existed and suddenly misremembered a whole life that never happened.
The things that makes me up was here before I was born and will be after I'm dead.
If the steel of the Vikings had been better, the US dollar would read "In Odin we trust."
Most people die as orphans.
Every moment will go down in history.
Elon Musk must have picked something up with his foot at least once in his life. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. Looking for the perfect gift for your dad? Check out the official Daily Dad Jokes podcast electronic button, now available on Amazon. A massive 500 preloaded dad jokes guaranteed to make you laugh and groan. Check the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.